wardrobe, get in the wardrobe, get in the wardrobe, where's the f***ing wardrobe? Ah! G'day, I'm Sproatoonz and I'm back with another game review. This time I'm taking a little walk on the dark side and having a look at Silent Rain, an indie horror game developed by Seedless Interactive and Two Brains and Coffee. The basic premise of the game is, you, the player, are sent to investigate a spooky joint after people have started disappearing. In order to win the game, you have to discover clues about what's going on with the supernatural forces, all while being chased by a psychotic doctor, who honestly kinda gives me some creepy Willem Dafoe vibes. You can either choose to brave the perils alone, or invite your friends over for a multiplayer session, and have yourselves a little game of hide and seek with very real consequences. It's like an R-rated version of a Scooby-Doo episode. So with that said, let's take a closer look at Silent Rain, and see why I think it has potential. Let's start with the positives, shall we? When it comes to visuals and audio, Silent Rain is actually a really good game. The lighting is really good, some of the textures look really amazing, and also some of the details put into certain rooms and scenarios, like it definitely fits the vibe of a horror game. I mean, look at this! A bloody basement covered in blood. If that doesn't give you chills, I don't know what will. The ambient noise, sound effects and music are also really good too, and really set up a very eerie, unsettling vibe once you're right into the middle of the gameplay. The gameplay mechanics are also really good too. A lot of the game revolves around intimately investigating a lot of the rooms and scenarios you find yourself in order to find clues, many of which will be written notes from the previous team who investigated the place, which will give you hints about what to do next. There are also certain things you can interact with which will either help or hinder your progress throughout the game. For instance, there are plenty of wardrobes scattered throughout the place which you can use to hide from the doctor if you ever need a quick getaway. Or alternatively, you really have to watch your step in order to avoid stepping on things that would make sound and capture the doctor's attention, such as broken glass on the floor or loose floorboards.
You can't escape me.
You can also interact with things such as doors and drawers by holding down click over them and dragging them either towards or away from you, which I think is a pretty cool little feature. And of course, the Doctor himself. He is one creepy bastard, I'll tell you that for free. For the most part, he just wanders around the house trying to look for you, but if he detects your presence, you really gotta watch out. If you're lucky enough, you can find a wardrobe before he finds you and hide there. Just make sure he doesn't spot you going in, or he actually knows you're in there with no way out. And that's how you find yourself in one of these scenarios.
Boy, you'd Captain Mouse.
Oh, what the fuck? There is a TV monitor near the start of the game that you can use to check out the rooms to work out where he is. Otherwise, you really gotta listen out to where he is at any current time. So, now that I've sung my praises about the game, do I have anything negative to say about it? Honestly, since there's not too much to see in the demo, I don't have too much to say negatively about the game, but I do have a few thoughts and feedback nonetheless. For one, unless you know exactly what you're looking for, it does take a bit of time to work out what's going on and get yourself into the main gameplay. I mean, I think it's good that the developers actually want you to investigate everything and not have to fall back on something like, say, detective vision from the Arkham games. But still, like, even a few hints at the start just to get you going would really help. That said, any notes and clues you do find during the game, you also get to look at the main menu, which will help you during your next attempt. Which is fine if you're someone who's already played the game before, but if you're just going into it for the first time, like, it just feels like a bit of an unfair advantage. Also, as far as I'm concerned, you can only play the game using a mouse and keyboard, so if you were planning to play it using a gamepad, I think you might be a bit out of luck. Also, I found this funny glitch while trying to get into the main gameplay. Peekaboo! Other than that, there's not really too much to say about the game negatively. since there isn't really much to explore to begin with, and it's limited to only 1 or 3 levels that will be in the final game. Other than that, I think Silent Rain is actually a really good game, and I think the developers have done quite well. If you want to try the demo for yourself, it's currently available on Steam, or you can wait to play the full game on October the 20th. So if you really like horror vibes or are playing for your next way to scare the shit out of your friends on Halloween, I recommend giving Silent Rain a try. You might actually like it. Other than that, please like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you next time for my Halloween video.